Hello everyone! Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to Cook and Scoop. Today I have been given a challenge. One of my students, Gilen, asked me to make something with this, which happens to be the mastic gum. And the first thing that comes to mind is this very popular Turkish dessert, which is called Sütlaç. So I'm going to be making Sütlaç with you. It is a milk-based dessert, and we all love it, and I hope you will like it too. So why don't you have a look at the ingredients, which are here, and most of them you have at home, I'm sure. So, and then I get ready and then we start immediately. The first thing I'm going to start with is the rice. I need to boil the rice, so I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of rice in the boiling water and let it cook until they are really soft. When the rice is being done, I'm going to start with the rest of it. So I have 500 milliliters of milk. Then I put the sugar, 250 grams. If you don't want to use too much sugar, maybe you might use a little bit less. And since my dear student Gilen wanted me to use the mastic gum, I will be using it. I will put 2 pieces of that. I mean, they're interesting, aren't they? Look. So I'm going to use 2 pieces of this. If I can open it. Yeah. So I put 2. The rest I will be using for the next recipes. And I turn my stove on to medium heat and I start stirring it. I'm just going to make sure that the sugar melts in the milk. I'm keeping an eye on my rice as well. Actually, when you put the rice in the boiling water, it will take about like 15 minutes to get to the texture that I would like. Now I can start with the second part of the sütlaç. I put my starch, wheat starch, the egg yolk, 1, and the rest of my milk, another 500 milliliters. I'm going to add it slowly. Now I can put everything in there. All I need to do is mix it well. I want to make sure that the starch dissolves in the milk. This is good. I think it's done. It doesn't take too long. Okay. So I have to continue stirring my milk. This is going to take about 10-15 minutes. We have to be doing this for 10-15 minutes until the milk gets into a kind of, it shouldn't be a runny texture, but it shouldn't be too hard or like a puree as well. It should be something in between. Actually, there is a very funny way of checking this. I'm going to be showing it to you later on. I want to make sure that the mastic gum has melted in the milk. I can still see some pieces, so it's going to take a little bit of time. This dessert requires a little bit of patience, but the result is so good, it will be worthwhile. I said that I was given a challenge, which is actually because I've never used a mastic gum for anything else but sütlaç. So thank you very much, Gilen, for giving me this challenge. I hope the result is going to be satisfactory for both of us. I'm actually going to try to prepare it two ways. The preparation of the mixture is exactly the same, but I will have some of them cooked in the oven. So that will look slightly different. The taste is going to be the same. The upper part of the ones in the oven will be slightly burnt, which is lovely. So we'll see. I think my rice is almost done, so I'm just going to strain them. And I'm coming back. It's perfect. Let's put it in the medium heat. I don't see any more mastic gum, so I think they have melted really well. I'm going to add the mixture of wheat starch, egg, and 500 milliliter of milk in the boiling milk and keep on stirring. Perfect. The consistency of the milk is changing at the moment. I can feel when I'm trying to stir, it's a little bit more difficult than before. So I can see that it's getting thick, and this is what we're trying to achieve. But we still need to do a little bit more. So now I'm going to add the rice that I cooked and strained with cold water, and I will continue a little bit more. Maybe you can see as well, I mean, the consistency is getting really, really thick, and that's what we want. I'm going to show you a very simple way of checking if the consistency is right or wrong. My mother used to do that, and I never understood when I was a child, but now I understand really well. All you do is get your spoon and turn the back of it and do this. You can see the mark clearly. So it means that it's ready. So I think we're good to go, and now I can serve them in individual servings. So my sütlaç is ready now, and I have these little cups. Normally we use it for crème brûlée, but you can use it for this purposes as well. They're small. What I'm going to do is just take some of the mixture and put it in there. A little bit more. I want to have like 4 or 5 at least, because I want to try one batch in the oven and one batch just like that. I'll just let it cool aside. And I'm trying to have different ways of presenting it. So let's see, I have 3, 4. Make sure that you have enough rice in each of them. I want to use these very nice looking glasses actually, so I don't want to burn myself, so I'm going to serve it in here like this. I hope I can. Perfect. A little messy bit. I'll clean it later on. And I'm going to put the rest in this little one. I think that'll be perfect. Wonderful. I will leave these 3 to cool down, and then I'm going to put them in the fridge, and these 4 actually are going to go in the oven. Let's do it together. So I'm going to put these in the oven, but before I do, I'm going to add some water in the tray. Now, if you allow me, I'm going to put them in the oven at 200 degrees. I put the sütlaç in the oven, and they're going to stay in there for 25 minutes. I took them out of the oven, and that's how they look. I'm just going to let them cool down for a while. The different types of sütlaç are ready. Actually, making the sütlaç is the same. This is the one that I left in the oven for 25 minutes so that the surface can be burnt a little bit. It gives a nice taste and look as well. And these are the ones that I immediately served in a plate, or I tried in a glass, but putting them in a glass was a challenge, so it doesn't look super duper, but I mean, not bad. These are going to go in the fridge, and they're going to stay, and they're going to get a little bit harder as well. I think in terms of presentation, this one was the best one. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope my dear student Gilan is happy. Now this is the outcome. I hope you enjoyed, Gilan, but now you have to make it and send me a photo of it. And I hope this video was useful for you, and if it was, why don't you press that like button? And once you're at it, why don't you subscribe to my channel as well, so that you can be informed about the next delicious recipes. So thank you again for watching, and I see you next time with another lovely delicious recipe. Bye bye!